Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It's December 27th, 2019. We're going to be taking a look at a video that was sent over to me by none other than our very own Degeneration Nation. He wanted me to go ahead and take a look at this video because this is an interesting twist of affairs this party is attempting to try to do here. All right, so the Emrose show. Of course, it is a Moor that is attempting to try to claim that it will assist him with a federal court case that he has to use 8 U.S. Code 1502, which is that the Secretary of State can issue a certificate of nationality in the event that there are proceedings of a foreign state, generally of a civil nature, but we're not even going to go into that. I'm going to actually take you guys through what this certificate is, why it's issued, and who it's issued to, and why this makes absolutely no sense. All right, so let's take a look first at, actually, let me take you over here. All right, let's take a look first at the actual code. So here is 8 U.S. Code 1502, Certificate of Nationality issued by Secretary of State for a person not a naturalized citizen of the United States for use in proceedings of a foreign state. All right, so this is what this particular code reads. There's a very good reason for it. I'm going to go into that in a minute. The Secretary of State is authorized to issue in his discretion and in accordance with the rules and regulations prescribed by him a certificate of nationality for any person not a naturalized citizen of the United States who presents satisfactory evidence that he is an American national, and such certificate is needed for use in judicial or administrative proceedings in a foreign state. Such certificate shall be solely for use in the case for which it was issued and shall be transmitted by the Secretary of State through appropriate official channels to the judicial or administrative officers of the foreign state in which it is to be used. Now, I'm going to answer a question for the person who actually made the original video. And the question he had is, I wonder why they won't just give it to me. Well, the very reason that you're planning to use it is the reason that they will not give it to you, because it is provided to the court for one specific case at a time. Meaning that you don't get to take it, show it around town, and pretend like you're something that you're not. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what is an actual U.S. national. What is actually an American national? Okay, so all U.S. citizens are U.S. nationals, but there are some U.S. nationals that are not U.S. citizens. Therefore, this article discusses only U.S. nationals that are not U.S. citizens, which, by the way, are also the only ones who can get a certificate of nationality. Here's the definition. A U.S. national is a person born in or having ties with an outlying possession of the United States, which, as of 2019, refers only to American Samoa and Swains Island. Okay, did you understand that? A U.S. national is a person born in or having ties with an outlying possession of the United States, which as of 2019 refers only to American Samoa and Swains Island. Additionally, it also includes those individuals born abroad to two U.S. national parents, or those born abroad to one alien parent and one U.S. national parent. Additionally, there is a residency requirement for the parents of the child prior to birth in order to transmit U.S. nationality. In the past, of course, it was different. There were many other places that this could relate to. But this is now only, as of 2019, American Samoa and Swains Island. Okay, now let's go back to the actual law. So it says such certificate shall be solely for the use in the case for which it was issued and shall be transmitted by the Secretary of State through appropriate official channels to the judicial or administrative officers of the foreign state in which it can be used. So basically, you're going to attempt to try to walk into federal court, thereby claiming that you are a national because you think somehow that's going to work for you, but yet you're not really a U.S. national of a foreign state at all. You think that you're going to be able to be provided with this document through the court that somehow is going to assist you or prove something later on, but in reality, they're not going to approve it anyway, because unless you are by chance, which it doesn't sound like it, a U.S. national because you or your parents are from the outlying island of American Samoa or Swains Island, they're not going to provide it to you because it's not something that's needed in any way. In addition to that, this puts you squarely as placing you under that federal jurisdiction that you're so concerned about. I don't understand why you think you're going to find a loophole, because that's all that you're really trying to do. You're trying to prove that you are an American national. Well, the truth is that an American national is also a citizen most of the time. There are times for those that are not naturalized, which I'm sure you are, that are, foreign to the outlying islands, that can be provided this certificate solely so that the court it shows that there is jurisdiction. I mean, it's what you're doing makes no sense, except for this. What makes sense is that all of the people that are actually following you, all of the people that you are catering to, and allowing you, let's see, all 5,350 subscribers that you have, and all 1,267 views that you've gotten, are going to think, oh my gosh, there's something else about being an American national. Really, folks, you've got to look. You've got to look things up. It isn't that hard. Let's take a look at some foreign countries also. All right, so here we go. Here's a list of things that used to apply in the state of Indiana with regards to foreign countries and taking these certificates. So here's American Samoa, which of course, since 2019, is one of the two that is accepted. But there's all these other ones too. There's all these other ones too that were accepted prior to. All right. None of them say America. None of them say United States. I mean, what you're attempting to try to make people believe is that they can be, one point, an American citizen, but then change their name, not legally, but just change their name by proclaiming my name is now this, all right, which doesn't work in this jurisdiction, by the way. I mean, you're trying to use the courts you claim you don't believe in to make something happen that makes you be able to claim that now they no longer have any jurisdiction over you, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do. And see, there are safety points put up for that reason. If you think that you're the only group that has attempted this, you're dead wrong. There are tons of other groups that have attempted to try to do the same illegal crap by trying to find loopholes in the law to try to claim that they're special and they have diplomatic immunity somehow. And you're not going to get there because there are checks and balances that are put up for this very purpose. You need to actually take a look at what an actual national is. And I don't care. You can make claims that the U.S. and America are two different things, but they're not. And in law and in the actual documentation that is out there, in order for you to use anything that you find, you're going to see that U.S. national and American national are actually the exact same thing, and they are viewed exactly the same way. So those definitions apply to you too, no matter what you think your nationality is. All right? Do some real research, people. Stop following blindly. You'll find yourself where the majority of this group does eventually find themselves, and that is in jail, because some of you may not even realize that what you're being spoon-fed out of these groups is complete and total bullshit. So let's one more time take a look here. The Secretary of State is authorized to issue this not naturalized citizen of the United States nationality certificate to the court in order for you to go to court on an arbitration of some sort, generally civil, okay, because you are someone who is not nationalized to here, meaning you never had a birth certificate, you were not born here, and you have not gone through immigration legally. Or you are someone who lives in the outlying United States land. And as of 2019, that only applies to American Samoa and Swains Island. All right, so just to let you guys know, this particular video here has been debunked because it's not something you're going to be able to get. When you change your name, you must do it legally within the court system. Otherwise, you are still recognized as that party. You may be able to get out of a warrant that's in your on your file at a traffic stop by lying about what your name is, and that is exactly what it is if you haven't changed it legally through the courts. But you are still within the jurisdiction of the United States of America, and America and the United States are the same thing. You will not get away with it for long. They will find out what your actual birth name is, what your name is that you carried around until you decided this insanity, and you will have to deal with anything that comes up. This isn't going to assist a federal case in any way, shape, or form. You're subject to do more irritating them than anything else. You also don't actually have a foreign state for the documentation to go back to. So this is an absolutely ridiculous concept here, and I feel very badly for the people that are innocent in this in terms of just following blindly these groups who claim you can do these crazy things in order to try to clear yourself from being a U.S. citizen, which in reality, if you were born here, that's exactly what you are. That's exactly what you will stay. And unless you move to another country and expatriate yourself, unless you remove yourself from the system entirely, and then you must be out of the country, that's exactly what you will stay. Cold hard facts, guys. Have a great day.